Hey, what's up guys? It's Billy Hauser here. I'm just making a quick video right now on how I hit 285% to my sales budget, my fourth month at the company that I work with, and how I got first place in my office in revenue growth in the past month, and also have achieved that 2 of the 3 months prior to this of me working here. Rule number one is I am the only one in the office right now. I think it's like 8 p.m. Eastern time right now. You can see my laptop's out. I'm doing sales training. I'm going through this educational course that I bought on sales and going through different product knowledge and working on some of my clients, profiles and stuff like that, and helping them kind of with what my value prop is with them, and just kind of hammering it out, late at night. This is one thing that I've kind of stayed consistent with, because if you guys don't know much about me, I kind of I worked for an insurance company for a couple of years, and it didn't really vibe well with me. So I decided to start my own business, and I kind of failed and had to move in with my mom, and then I had to move in with my dad until they finally said, wake up, live on your own, figure this thing called life out and self-sufficiency out. And it was tough, right? It was really tough. And, now I'm at a point where I'm not only providing for myself, but I'm making six figures. And I don't say that to brag, but I say that to remind myself of kind of where I've come from and where I'm at right now. And all success is temporary. And that's why you have to keep working hard, and that's why you have to keep building up the habits of success, so that when things do get tough, which they will, maybe I'm lucky, these 4 months, but when things do get tough, right, you need to have the habits of success built up so that you can kind of bounce back. So one thing I think that helped me just reflecting is the fact that I am the last one in here, in this office, and I'm training constantly, and I am really becoming the job, which is difficult for a lot of people because, a lot of people, I think, struggle with commitment, and that's one thing I've been blessed with, is when I dive into something, I dive in 150% to try and see how good I can get. And, this definitely seems to be one thing where I kind of jive with it, which is also an important thing to think about with your job. Can you really jive with what you're doing? I thrive in this environment. I'm super outgoing. I love being in front of business owners. I love digital marketing, which is what I predominantly deal with. I love finding out what people's goals are and coaching them on how to create a digital marketing program that can help achieve their goals. Sorry, I'm burping as I talk. And I actually like doing that. So it's not tough for me to do that every day. Now, another component of success, I think that's really helped me, is just working kind of around the clock and being on call. Now, this is something I want to kind of scale down in the future, because I have been kind of on call constantly for this job to be achieving what I've achieved. But in the beginning, I think it's so important. Like, if you're ever starting a new job, a lot of people are going to watch this video, people that know me, they're at a point in their life where I'm assuming you're still figuring out what you want to do. I think immersion is like the best way to figure out what you want to do. A lot of people, I think, float through life going half-ass into this job or this thing or this hobby, and just, giving half of themselves to 5 things, which doesn't make sense. So 20% of yourself to 5 things, right? And you can see how the more things you spread yourself out with, the less percent of yourself you can give to each thing. Until you get to a point in the future where you can really manage all these things and you build up core habits that allow you to master all 5 areas. Right now, though, I am really kind of just immersing myself into this job and really trying to achieve mastery. There's a really good book on mastery that I'm actually going to be reading soon. I think it's by Robert Greene. I forget who. But that's another thing. Reading, educating yourself, training is so important, right? You know, the fact that I'm in here training, going through like different, you know, sales techniques and stuff like that. Um, and you know, training is very different than education. Yeah, you can sit down and like read a book and like, you know, know things in theory, but there's a big difference between doing that and actually practicing these things. And that's one thing I've been doing really well, is actually practicing some of the, for example, like closes, stuff like that. Like when I want to try and close deals, I have like phrases that I've memorized, just like, you know, flashcards or whatever, because you kind of need these as your ammunition for success in sales, right? You need closes, you need memorized lines that work every time. You can see the janitor's in here. It's so late. Look. What's up, man? So yeah, you can see it's super late in here. He was like, what the hell is this guy filming me for? But I would say another thing is just being positive. So like I've learned so much. I've always been an optimistic person, but when I don't get what I want, I can turn into a little bitch sometimes. And I guess what I've learned in this job is, even if you're getting what you want or not getting what you want, always stay positive. Be the last person smiling, not only the last person standing. And opportunities just float to you. People are just so used to, when they turn down someone, for, you know, that person to become negative or spiteful. If you're the person that's smiling and understanding, and, you know, if someone turns you down or someone rejects you or someone criticizes you and you say, wow, that's interesting, that means that seems to mean a lot to you, can you explain? People kind of step back and they're like, yeah, sometimes, you know, I get, you know, people are like, what the hell is this kid on? I don't take anything. Like, I don't take any, I'm high off life. Like, I have my morning smoothie, you know, I have my, you know, spinach, ginger root, flaxseed, oatmeal, blueberry, avocado, what else? Like protein powder, organic honey smoothie every morning, and that makes me high enough, man. I take my cod liver oil, fish oil. I mean, I just take things that are great for my brain, and I just write down my goals every day, and that's enough motivation. I think you should be motivated by the possibilities and by actual health, like, you know, actually being healthy, instead of you know, being motivated by an external source. Yeah, you can argue diet's an external source, but, you know, I'd rather be high naturally than as a crutch, or like using it as like a something that has negative side effects. You know, and I think really just the last thing is, you know, being competitive. You know, I think I used to race dirt bikes, and I don't know why I pointed at that, like I raced them right there. But I used to race dirt bikes, right? And that's super competitive. And when I went to college, I kind of lost a bit of that competitive spirit. And now, you know, if we go out into the office, you'll be able to see it's competition again. You know what I mean? And so I think it's just super cool from my perspective, since I'm a super competitive person, to be competitive. And yeah, there's months I'm going to lose. And yeah, I'm going to be happy when I put in 16-hour days and finally succeed. But it's about being competitive and setting whatever it is, whatever kind of goals or milestones or, I guess, kind of markers for you that really get your competitive juices flowing. And just staying true to those and not being afraid or ashamed of being competitive and admiring the winners. If someone beats me, I'm asking them questions. I just went out with one of my idol sales reps who works in this office. Like, I look up to him so much, and he knows that. And we went out on a couple sales meetings. I didn't need to go out with him. I wanted to. I want to learn from him. He is the, like, dominator in this office, like, month after month. and he's been here for 9 years. Of course I'm going to learn from him. I'm not going to like shut him out and get into a little competitive, like individualistic bubble. No, like it's about learning from those who are succeeding, being humble and being open to new ways of thinking about things and implementing things. So I hope this was helpful, motivational, positive, and I really hope that you guys can comment, on this video either on Facebook or YouTube, and tell me a story about something that you're succeeding at currently, or something you want to succeed at, and make it known, make it real, so that other people can see that and support you and understand what's going on in your life. Because I think a lot of times we keep our mouths shut and aren't really as open as we could be about what we really want to do. And I wish you guys the best, and I'm gonna keep trying to make more videos like this, but I've been getting so busy lately. All right, have a good night, everyone. Peace.